How's it, guys? It's Davey, FPL, and welcome back to the Deadline with Davey live stream. This obviously is going to be the big one, the ultimate live stream of the season, game week 38, and we've had a lot of kind of team leaks and news drop just before we have gone live. Don't worry, I'll be sharing all that with you guys to start off the stream, and as the stream goes on, if any news does come about, I'll update you guys on that. I've made no transfers, so the one transfer you see on the kind of screen and the 1.0 million in the bank is still consistent. We're looking to potentially take a -4, -8, even though I don't really want to do that on the last game week of the season, but that just might be what we have to do with all these options missing out. So I'll be going through the big kind of team news to start off the stream with, and then as we go along, as I've mentioned, any news that comes about, I'll kind of squeeze that in between answering your guys' questions. I'm pretty sure there's going to be loads of questions about mini leagues. What's the best differentials to go for? What's the best differential captains? But those questions I might leave towards a little bit later in the stream, unless we do have early team news of who's going to start. The same reason for that is I don't want to recommend an option and they do end up getting benched, and then you guys have already made the transfer. So the transfers will probably be locked in towards the latter stage of this stream. I'll try not make it kind of 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before, but that might just be the nature of it depending on the news. But all the big kind of players, we have had news about them. It's only these kind of more niche teams like a Brighton, for example, that we aren't 100% sure on. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your Sunday. It's a little bit of a different day to do a live stream on, but as I've said, it's going to be a pretty interesting one, so kind of a strap in, and hopefully we get the team news that we desire. So I'm just going to kind of organize everything on screen right now. I'm going to have Twitter on my right monitor just in case we do actually get some early team news, but seeing lots of you guys in chat, a lot of you should be hyped for this. A lot of you guys might be winning your mini leagues today. You might be trying to get to the top of your mini leagues. I'm going to try and help you get that, because there's nothing better than coming in second before game week 38, and when game week 38 ends, you've won your mini league. So we've had a couple of people just asking for a free draft. I'll go over one of those a little bit later on after when the news is dropped. We have Kylo GG saying how's it, guys, as well as Harry. Everything crossed. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a nervy week. Tarang saying nervy week. I must say it is true, especially if you guys are first or second in your mini league. For myself, I don't care about mini leagues. I only have overall rank to worry about, so I'm a little bit nervy there because I'm currently 90k. I want to make sure that I still stay with that 5-digit rank. Sophie, nothing is going to kind of jeopardize that with our transfers today. Kylo's saying looking for a Steri Stumpy, 100%, and you guys don't have to worry. We've got 2 as backup today, so nothing is going to be lost from our good luck. So these are going to be our good luck charms, so let's hope that we end the season on a green arrow. Vincent saying, yeah, more importantly in chocolate milk, 100%, we do have that today. Osama saying, thanks bro for your hard work this season. Thank you, Osama, for the kind words. Thanks for supporting me throughout the entire season. Always do appreciate you guys. Joel saying, firstly, thanks for the help this season. Second, how would you use a free hit this week? Third in my league, so I might as well go all out. So Joel, we'll be going through a free hit. What I want to wait to happen is for as much team news to come as possible. So let's say at about 32, so like half past, I'll be doing a free draft for you guys that have the chip, have a wild card, that sort of thing, because then most of the news should come about. So I'll be doing a free draft or a wild card draft, so you guys can just sit back, relax, have a drink for the next 30 minutes, and then come back to the stream. If you just want to hang around, that's 100% fine. But once we get all this team news out of the way, then I can give you guys a really solid free draft, and that's a super big advantage, because if you guys can, if big hitters are going to miss out like a Haaland and that sort of thing, you guys can go super differential on options that just start the game, and that could be massive gains there. So Dart saying let's go, as well as Ankit. Thank you guys. Excited to see you. Thanks Tarang. Appreciate that one. Who would you bring in for Mac 10? Already have Eze, Salah and Rashi. Adnan, can you try and stretch to Trossard? We're still waiting for news about the Arsenal lineup, but if he's going to start, he could be a great one. For the one last time this season, video and audio or Gucci. Harry, I even forgot about that one, brother. So thank you for keeping me on my toes there. So luckily, there's nothing that went wrong with the audio and the video, but I'm sure you guys, or you would have let me know. So Dart saying Matoma benched. I don't know about that one. I can go back and check on Twitter to see if we had news about that. There's a lot of news at the current moment. I won't lie. There's a ton of reliable sources. There are a few sources that I trust more than others, but I haven't seen anything on Matoma as of yet. But if you guys have seen anything, what you guys can do is, if you're on FPL Twitter, just tag me in the replies, and then I can see your tweet a little bit quicker. So, because right now I see nothing about any of that. So let's go over some early team news that we have actually gotten. I think that's just going to be a bit easier to kind of start off the stream on. So the biggest news, of course, is going to be about the Man City assets. And the big one is that Erling Haaland is apparently benched. Now, when I say apparently, it's come from reliable sources, but there could always be something that goes wrong in the pipeline. Maybe they've given false information, that sort of thing, because it always comes from a source. This isn't going to come from Pep Guardiola directly. He's not going to give us early team news. It'll come from either a reporter or a source near to the club that might give us some more information. So the biggest one is that Haaland is apparently going to be benched, and the entire Man City lineup has actually been leaked. So I'm going to be going over FPL Heisenberg's tweet, so go check him out if you guys haven't. But the current lineup for Man City is Ederson, Walker, Ake, Laporte, Gomez, Rico Lewis, Phillips, Palmer, Foden, Mahrez, and Alvarez. So the big kind of names there are Ederson, Foden, Mahrez, and Alvarez. And then in terms of defenders, if you guys have a Nathan Ake, he's back in the lineup. But Diaz is out, Kanji's out, Grealish is out, and I guess if you had any other options, KDB as well. But the big ones is Foden, Mahrez, Alvarez, and then Ederson. So those guys are going to be facing us. But the biggest thing about that is obviously Erling Haaland on the bench. Do we sell him? Do we keep him? Do we not captain him? That's a big kind of decision to make. If you want kind of Leicester news, Barnes, so Vardy's benched, Barnes, Maddison, and Iheanacho are the front three, if you guys are looking for someone like that. To start off the day, we had news about Liverpool. No Virgil van Dijk and no Alisson, which is quite big. Then we had Rashford is going to be starting. That's another big one. If you guys are looking to sell Rashford, don't. He's back in the starting 11. I'm just trying to think about any other team news. That's kind of the main ones that I've seen. There are a few other niche moves, like I think Garnacho starting for United. We have seen that Wolves are having rotation, if you guys are looking at Arsenal assets. So those are kind of the more niche ones, but the biggest one is obviously Haaland being benched, Rashford starting, Ederson starting. This is a big one for my own team. And then I guess, but the Haaland one's massive because we don't really know what's going to happen with that. Okay, the FPL reports. So okay, so there has been a potential source here that says Matoma is benched. Thank you, Siddharth, for tagging me there. Luke Shaw potentially being benched, but we've had no confirmation about the Luke Shaw news, but it does also look quite likely. So we have had a potential news source here that Matoma is benched, which, I mean, I'll say this about leaks, is that leaks are always... We always buy leaks if they could be true. So with Matoma, there was an expectation that he might be benched, and now there's come out that he is. So we always kind of believe it. So there always sometimes is a bit of truth to that. But at the current moment, it's not confirmed. It's not from a confirmed source, but it's from a fine source, I'd say. But I'll take you guys through. We still have about 50 minutes to the deadline. So even though we kind of have a news of potential Matoma benching, we might get confirmation of that 30 minutes before. So it's good to have a little bit of a rumor, but once the rumor gets confirmed, I'll show you that. So I've missed a few questions here. Yeah, Bob, Haaland is defo not starting, but obviously Haaland might be starting. No, Haaland might still come off the bench and then do well. That's the big thing. So even though he's benched to start off the game, he could still get 30 minutes towards the end, come on and score 3 goals. So that's the hard thing about that. Vernon saying, I need a response from you today, says I mean, just post your question, I'll try get to it. Oh, no stones. Yeah, as far as I could see, there was no stones. That was that kind of lineup. Yeah, there was no stones in the starting 11. Alexander. What's the peak average viewers during a stream? 5k? RM13? No, it's nowhere near 5k. I'm not one of the big boys in the FPL YouTube committee. I think we average like a few hundred, which is pretty decent. But yeah, nowhere near 5k, unfortunately. Liverpool news, Davey. The Liverpool news that we currently have is that Virgil van Dijk and Alisson aren't playing, but we don't have anything else. But I'm pretty sure we get the Liverpool lineup, because the Liverpool lineup is always leaked like 2 hours before. So it's a little bit weird we haven't got it yet, but I think we definitely will get the Liverpool lineup. Are you bringing Eze for Matoma if he's benched? I'll bring I'll either bring Eze or I'll bring Trossard, but because of the Haaland to Kane potential move, I could go for Trossard or maybe even Saka if I can afford another move. Cammy saying, how's it? Have you thoughts on a Son captain? 60 behind in a mini league? Yes, Cammy, if you're 60 points behind, then I definitely would look to go for a differential captain. I won't lie to you, Cammy, I think 60 points is a bit rough. I don't know if you'll catch that up, but you could get close. But I would definitely go super differential to try catch that up. How's it, Debbie? Good luck today. 3 points away from winning my mini league. Fingers crossed, says JoJo's Revenge. Good luck, brother. Hopefully you do it. I always say to you guys, I really hope you guys win your mini leagues. I think that's why you guys are all here. So let's try go for it. Emmanuel saying, I'm tied at the first position. What strategy would you follow? So Emmanuel, thanks for the question, and it's kind of a nice lead-off question here. So if you guys are chasing or defending in your mini leagues, it all comes down to the team and the team of your rival. So if you are chasing, you want to go different to the team that's first, and if you guys are first, you want to try and make the same team as the guy that's second, because then you're blocking off any points gained. Because the only points you guys gain in a mini league is if the first or the second or the third player doesn't own that option. So for example, let's say let's take my team for example. Haaland's out, I'm number one. I'm probably going to bring Kane in, but I see that the second place position has Watkins. I might skip going for Kane and I would rather go for Watkins there, and then I block off that potential gain from him. So that's what you guys have to do if you first. If you second, you have to try go a bit different, and that's all that it kind of goes around. If you guys are very closely related in points to your number one or your number two, then you don't have to go for a differential captain. But if you guys are kind of 15 points, 10 points, even 20 points, then I would definitely go differential captain, because that's the easiest way to make up those points. So it's a very hard position because you have to almost go for the risk versus reward. But I think that if you guys are chasing, you have to go differential this week. Like Spike for Davey, thank you, I appreciate it. If you guys are liking the stream, only if you're enjoying it though. Unfortunately, YouTube has deleted the dislike button, so if you guys are disliking the stream, I do apologize for that one, but if you are liking it, you guys can always smash that like button. Vincent saying, thanks for your support, chocolate milk on us. Thank you, Vincent, do appreciate it. All of these leaks are no good for the game. Yeah, so DZ, it's debatable, but I kind of do agree with you on that front. I think that leaks kind of split things a bit. But I mean, everyone should be kind of awake today, hopefully. Maybe if you living in Australia, it might be a bit tough because it's a Sunday evening. But yeah, and it's a little bit of a contentious point. Boss, I think that your streams and your job with FPL are amazing. Thank you. I do appreciate it, Alexander. My question won't be answered then. Exactly. So that's the thing about, if you're getting less viewers, more questions are kind of answered. So there's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, about it. But I don't mind. As long as there's a few of you in the stream asking me questions, that's all I kind of want. Let's check Twitter again to see if there's anything new. I don't see anything new. Just a reminder though, if you guys are going to make transfers, just be aware that the website might crash. We don't obviously want that, but it could happen. Can confirm that Garnacho and Malacia start for United today. So thanks, Vincent, I think this is you. So thanks for tagging me in that one. That basically confirms that Luke Shaw is going to be benched then, as far as I know, unless he starts at centre back. Harry Pratt's become a member for 15 months. Thank you, Harry. I do always appreciate your support in these streams. And thank you for reminding me about a very important point, is that obviously we off for the next 2 weeks. So for you members, there's two strategies that I was thinking about. I don't know if you can pause memberships on YouTube without losing your kind of badge of your membership. So for example, Harry's been a member for 15 months. So let's just say that you cancel your membership for the next 2 months, because I don't expect you guys to hold your membership and give me membership money for 2 months. I'm not doing anything for you. So I'm thinking about maybe canceling memberships and for the next 2 months, so you guys don't have to pay. But I don't know, because then it might actually just cancel everyone's kind of stars next to the name for how long they've been a member. So I'm trying to investigate solutions to that, to see if there is a solution to just pause memberships. But if you guys do have any advice on that, you can always DM me on Twitter. If you have had a similar experience with another kind of YouTuber, if you have a membership there. But yeah, I don't want you guys to pay for 2 months that you guys don't use it. So that's what but thanks for reminding me, Harry, and thanks for becoming a member for 15 months. Absolutely sensational. Then we have Unkit, who's been a legend for 15 months. Thank you, Unkit, saying Davey the GOAT. Always appreciate it, Unkit. You can say it, but I can't, but I do always appreciate your support there. And thanks for always being on these streams. So Harry, thanks for being a member for 15 months. And Unkit, thanks for being a legend for 15 months. You're an absolute legend. Rodrigo starts for Leeds, says, Kylo, if you guys are interested in any Leeds assets. And then we also have Turang saying, same team as you besides Robbo. Should I make trips and Botman play? So I'm waiting for a Newcastle leak, hopefully. My current strategy is I'll go over Turang quickly what I'm going to do just after I kind of start these questions. Hi, any Newcastle leak? No, unfortunately none. I'm waiting for it as well. Yeah, there is a rumored United lineup, but I don't want to share it because it hasn't been confirmed, but it is looking pretty confirmed as we're going through the minutes. My FPL career has gone from 1.5 to hopefully 5k this year. Thanks, Dave. Your channel has made me a better player. RM, next season we're going for top 100k, bro. That's what you got to promise that one. Thanks for the support though. Harry says, Unkit always showing me up. Did you guys become members and legends on the same exact day? Because that would be quite funny. But yeah, Harry, Unkit, no, you guys are both special, don't worry. Thanks for the tips, Doctor. Could you make a replacement for Saka? Malwin, don't transfer Saka out. He's in the squad today. We might get news about if he starts or not, but I would keep Saka at the current moment. OG, that's so nice of you, Shamir. Thank you. I do appreciate it. RM is also a legend for 18 months. So we are now on 1 year and a half. Now, keep the memberships. I certainly don't mind paying for the 2 months when I'm getting 10 months of. Thank you. I do appreciate that one, RM. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put it to you guys that you guys can cancel it. I honestly don't mind, and then you can just renew it when the season starts again. So maybe we can do that. But as I said, I do appreciate you guys for showing that support. JT saying currently down 20 in my mini league. Rival as Alvarez. Thoughts of Jesus and Firmino, differentials and hopes to catch. JT, I can't tell you that Firmino does start, but hopefully we get a news update. I like Jesus though, he could be quite good. But because you are 20 down, I do agree with you. Then you could go of Jesus or Firmino, but just wait until we get early team news on that front. So Harry says, I agree with RM13, and then keep the membership, says Unkit as well. So yeah, depends. As I said, I think maybe I'll put it to you guys then that you can cancel it if you want. SH saying, hi Davey, I'm 50 points ahead of the second guy in my mini league. He got Wilson and Kane. Any suggestions to maintain the league? I would get them in for a hit. With 50 points, you can take so many hits to get his exact team. I would just get his exact team, SH. But then you have to worry about your overall rank. But if you just care about the mini league, then just get his exact team with the hits, as long as it's not 50 points. That's what I'll say. Shaw and Martial not starting from the league lineups. Okay, thank you. So that's the confirmation we need. So I'm going to now go on to my transfer plan, because my transfer plan is pretty dependent now. So the transfer plan that I'm currently thinking about doing, let me go on to my planner from Fix just to make this a bit easier to see. Just wait for it to load. Sorry. Okay, cool. So you guys can see this on screen, I think. Yeah, you can. Okay, so this is the current team that I have. Now what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take Haaland out for Harry Kane. I'm going to transfer Kane in, and I'll probably captain Kane, but it's between Kane and Salah. I don't know about these two. This might be a little bit hard to decide because I am a Liverpool fan. So current plan is we're going to bring Haaland out and we're going to bring Kane in. And then what I'm thinking about doing is Shaw is not going to start. So with Shaw out, I'm going to bring Trippier into the lineup. And that's why I'm really waiting for news about Newcastle, because if we get news that Trippier's benched, I then will take a -4 for another defensive transfer. But now if we get news about Matoma or McAllister, so the current rumor is that Matoma's benched, then I'll take Matoma out for Eze or Trossard if we get news that they also play. So that's my current plan, but as of now, there's only one locked-in move, and that's going to be Kane in for Haaland. I could go, there's other options you guys can look at. Jesus I like if he's going to start. I like a Jota, Firmino, they're also good selections. And Ollie Watkins looks pretty good. Callum Wilson even, he could be a great selection. But I just think because I can afford Kane and he's been so consistent, I'm going to go for him. and I'm pretty happy with this move. The camp is up to debate, but the current plan is Kane in for Haaland. If Trippier's benched, then I'll do a move for, probably a move for Gabriel. And if Matoma or McAllister's benched, if they're both benched, I don't know what I'm going to do, but if one of them's benched, then I'll take them to Eze or Trossard probably. Or if I can afford a Saka, then I could also do that. But I don't think I'll be able to afford a Saka because he's a bit too expensive. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just bring Shaw out for Trippier. I mean for Stupinan in this selection. Because Shaw is apparently benched. So if you guys do have Shaw in your lineup, he's not looking like he's going to start. Salah always gets something against Saints. Yeah, that is true. Salah captain is after the 20 goals. That is fair. Salah for captain, assuming he starts. Yeah. So between Kane and Salah, it's pretty close, but maybe we go Salah. I guess I need confirmation that Salah starts then. I'm pretty sure that Kane will play. But I guess if we get news that Kane's benched, then I mean that's a different story. But I doubt that Kane is benched. What I also want to remind you guys about is that I tweeted earlier, I said hits are 50% off, but terms and conditions apply. What I meant by that is, for example, let's say we have Matoma in our starting 11. Matoma doesn't start. If he doesn't play any minutes, that's 0 points. The player we bring in, if they start confirmed, that should theoretically be 2 appearance points, and that's why a -4 then becomes a -2, but then they have to get a return to make up that -2. Which is where things are a bit tough on the last game week of the season, because you literally only have one shot of making up that hit. And the conservative manager in me says that don't take hits, but I feel like if you guys want to have some fun, hits are fine this week. Opinions on Odegaard, assuming he starts. He's also fine. I like any kind of Arsenal midfielder. It's quite hard to predict who's the best out of them, but they're all pretty kind of good. I had Odegaard for a stage. Transfer to Saka, Odegaard outperforms Saka. Like, it's very kind of 50-50 between all of those. Did we get news that Haaland is benched? What am I missing? Yes, so Haaland is benched. Rashford is starting. Alvarez is starting. Luke Shaw's benched. Edison's starting. And that's basically the bigger hitters. What if Trent is benched? Yeah, if Trent is benched, then we are not looking strong. But then I might just play Botman if he plays. But I don't want to take too many hits. And some of them don't make as much sense. But yeah, if Trent's out, then we probably take another hit. I'm not going to lie. Is the rumor that Haaland doesn't start or doesn't play at all? The rumor is he doesn't start, but he's going to be on the bench because he traveled with the team. Bless up from Adrian. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. Is Isaac starting? We haven't had any Newcastle leak, unfortunately. I'm hoping we do get one. We need Newcastle and we need Brighton. Those are pretty integral. If we get Newcastle and Brighton, I'll be happy. And obviously Liverpool. I want Liverpool as well. Nothing on the Spurs team yet. Yeah, I don't know if we will get... We don't often get Spurs news, but we might. Abhilash says, how does a Leicester punt look like? A Leicester punt looks like Harvey Barnes, Iheanacho, or Maddison, because those 3 are confirmed to play. So those 3 are what I would go for, Abhilash. Can you free a draft, Davey? I'll free a draft in 5 minutes, Jutaro. I'm just waiting if we do get any other team news because that's quite integral. So on a free it and on a wildcard, you guys are laughing because the team that you can probably make if the news comes through is going to be strong. Is leaked_FPL reliable? He's dropping team leaks. I can go check for you. I've never, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I don't know if I would. It depends on how quick he drops it. Like, so what I would do is go and check when we first got news about Man City and then compare his time frame. Because if his time frame's after Heisenberg dropped the leaked team, because he was the first one as far as I know to leak the team, if leaked lineups did it afterwards, then you know that it might not be reliable. But he has dropped a Brighton lineup. But I don't know. I'm not going to repeat it because it might be false. I hope Trent starts though. I think it could be a good game for Trent. But yeah, otherwise I don't see anything. Otherwise, I don't see anything else other than that. Yeah, I don't see anything about that one. So let's get back to those questions if you guys have. Like this stream, says Adrian, only if you guys are enjoying it, as I said. Currently top in my mini league. What should the perfect secure plan be? So the perfect secure plan, as mentioned, is that you get the same team as the second as your biggest threat, for example. You make the same team as them because then the gains are offset. But obviously you don't take like hits for days and then your hits are going to jeopardize your thing. Thanks, Zama, for the question. Jake says, does Mahrez start? Yes, Mahrez does start. The lineup for Man City was Mahrez, Alvarez, Foden, Palmer, Phillips, Gomez, Ake, Laporte, Rico Lewis, and Kyle Walker, Edison. That was off my head. I don't think there's any mistakes in that one. Shouldn't we... Can you do a Campsy poll? Yes, that was what I wanted to do. Light Rays, you can see that you're regular because you're on top of it. Okay, so captaincy. So now that we know that Erling Haaland is missing, who's your captain going to be for this week? I'm going to put Kane as the first option. What you guys can maybe just put who you're captaining. Who are you guys captaining so I can see who's the popular option. So I think Kane's a popular option. I think Salah's a popular option. Is a Man City asset also a popular option? Let's say Man United. Let's just say Bruno/Rashford because they could be fine. And then who would the fourth selection be? Do you think it's a Man City asset? Do you think it's maybe a Newcastle asset like a Wilson? I don't know who's the fourth option there that I would kind of put. So Kane, okay, Man City asset. Let's maybe say like Man City, whoever Man City. Haaland won't come in the second half, Davey. I think he will come in the second half. It just depends how many minutes he gets. If he gets 20 minutes, I'm willing to go for an option that plays a full 90. Just because expected minutes usually get you better points. Jermaine with the super chat saying, Davey, you are a legend. Thanks for your videos. Thank you for super chatting, Jermaine. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And you're a legend as well. So thank you. We're all just a bunch of legends in this live stream. But thank you for the super chat. I do always appreciate it. So I've got Man City as my kind of fourth selection. So I'm going to put the Campsy poll up. You guys can answer it. Obviously, keep in mind that Haaland is now benched. Thanks again, Jermaine. Heard Virgil van Dijk is not starting. Is that true? Yes, he's not playing, Daniel. Virgil and Allison, apparently. RM13 gifted 10 Davey FPL memberships. Lovely stuff from RM13. Do always appreciate it, brother. Thank you for that one. Enjoy your guys' memberships. Marco, Akil, Nuno, Kurt, Gavin, Werner, Daniel, Genghis, Kevin. Genghis, I swear this is like the second or third time you've been gifted a membership. But thank you, RM13. Absolute legend in the chat, dropping a lovely 10 memberships. That'll get a heart from me. Well, that will give a how's it for you in chat. I can't find the heart emoji, but you guys can post the heart emojis to say thanks to RM13. McNeil for a punt, Tristan. He's fine. I mean, if you think that Everton are going to do well, I think that game might be a bit cagey because obviously they only need a win to kind of secure a safety. So if they 1-0 up, 2-0 up, I don't know how aggressive they're going to be. But I mean, it's fine. The loss, it's one game. FPL's a luck-based fixture. One fixture, anything could happen. I mean, McNeil could get a Hattie. You never know. Handing Rashford the armband, that's going to be a nice differential, I think, in most people's mini leagues. Ryan Dixon says, I have 2 free transfers. What should I do? Kane in for Haaland, then who? So Ryan, I don't know your team, but if it has Matoma and he's benched, I think Matoma out's fine. Otherwise, look for your defense. 10 gifts. Let's end the season with a good bang, and if anyone has a bad season, let this just be the juju to move it for the next. So Aram, that's what I'm thinking. I think this season's been the greatest season for me, but you know what that means for next season. Next season is going to be an absolute banger because we've got the bad luck out of the factor, and it's only going to be good vibes next. Akil says thanks for the membership. So once again, Aram, thank you for that lovely gifted. Chelsea news coming soon, but Carlo, I won't lie to you. I don't mind the Chelsea news not coming about. Because I'm not considering too many Chelsea assets, but that is true. If you guys are looking for some Chelsea options, as Kylo GG is saying, it should be dropped relatively soon. Okay, let's check. Nothing else I can see. I'm going to extend to the For You page, because there have been some things there. Okay, I don't see anything else. I have had... Apparently Kane starts. That's what someone said. But I mean, that's probably reliable. Okay, none other. I can't see anything else. Nothing else. Okay, I can't see anything other than the news that we've read out. But if you guys do see anything, you can always tag me. Okay, let's go over a free draft. Thanks for the hard work and the finish last season. Cheers. Thanks, Siddharth. I do appreciate it. Marco says, hi, who will score more, Mitro and Foden, or Mitro and Son, or Kane and Ramsey? Mitro and Foden, Mitro and Son. I like Mitro and Son. I think that's probably your best, but I think if you want to captain Kane, then I think Kane and Ramsey is worth it. Okay, let's go over a free draft for you guys, or a wildcard draft, whatever you guys want to call it, in the chat now. Now, some of these players might play, some of these players might not. Only of you guys watching F1. Seems like an interesting race. Okay, let's go back to FPL though. Formula 1 at the current moment, and then we have IPL, the final, coming up shortly. So a lot of sport is coming up today. Let me know if you guys are watching the IPL, who you support. Okay, I think in terms of the goalkeeper, let's do the goalkeeper last. So I think Alvarez is in. I think Rashford and Bruno are in. I think you keep Salah. I don't know about Matoma and McAllister. I'd probably take them out for now. I'd probably say I'd go for Eze. And I'm going to put Saka in for the moment. But he might not start. Just remember that. I think up front, you're going to go Kane, Alvarez. I think in terms of defenders, you keep Trent. I think you take out Luke Shaw. I think you go for Gabriel. And then I think you probably take a punt on Mina, because he has good attacking threat and the fixture isn't that bad. So on the bench, let's just go for some cheaper options. Instead of Trippier, let's go for Williams. You guys can... Okay, wait. Neko Williams. Okay. You guys can kind of organize your bench as you please. I'm just going for whatever. I'm trying to put as much money. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is, instead of going for Saka, maybe you go for Jesus up front rather. And then in terms of your other midfielder, you just go for like Andreas because he's cheap. And then you sub on... I think I might go 3-4-3 for this week. It doesn't have a lot of Man City, but I think Brentford's a tougher game. I like Alvarez without Haaland, though. I think he's worth the punt. If you're going to go for a Man City asset, you go for their striker, and that's going to be Alvarez without Haaland. Now, this has 1 million in the bank, but the bench isn't as cheap as it can be. In terms of goalkeepers, would you say that the Brentford fixture is the best one? I don't know. I think because I only have two, I think I might, instead of going for Edison, I might just go for Ramsdale. I really like this fixture for Arsenal. I think this is a great game for them. I think this is what I probably would run with on a free hit or a wild card. It's not too different, but it's got enough differentials to make it different. Because what are the fixtures you guys want to target? Let me just go back to the kind of points tab to go over the fixtures. So you guys can see this. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, you guys can see this. Okay, so Aston Villa Wolves, I think you target Aston Villa. I think it's almost a locked-in clean sheet for them. I mean, Arsenal, Wolves, sorry. I think Arsenal, you target. Aston Villa, Brighton. I think either side could do well here. Obviously, Aston Villa, it means more to them because they can get that Conference League spot. Brentford, Man City. I think you target Man City, but I mean, this game might be close. Chelsea, Newcastle. I don't know if I'd go for this on a free hit. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. I think Crystal Palace is fine. Everton, obviously, relegation battle. Leeds, Spurs. Both sides could do fine. Leicester, West Ham. I don't know if I'd go for this one. United, Fulham. I mean, it's a home game at Old Trafford. Maybe Bruno Rashford, which is what I've gone for. In Southampton, Liverpool, we go for the Liverpool assets. But until we get Liverpool leaks, I'm pretty fine with just having Salah and Trent. But I think this is a good base that I would look at. So if you guys are on a free hit or you guys are on a wild card, I would probably screenshot this. And then you can make changes or use it as a template. But this is my favorite kind of free hit, or what I would kind of look at potentially. So yeah, if you guys are on a free hit or a wild card, this is a team that I'd probably look at. I'll keep it here though in case you guys want it again. But I'll go back to my current team for now. Okay, let's go back onto Twitter, just see if we have had any news. We are 23 minutes from the deadline. So we are kind of approaching some very nervy minutes, let's just say that. And as people are saying, this might be the last time we see Harry Kane in a Spurs shirt. So does that do anything for the captaincy? I'm taking a punt on Son, says DZ. I also said, like, if you guys want a mega differential, I think that Son's a great selection, because what I'm expecting is that Leeds attack the game and then maybe leave space in behind, and then we might see some space being filled by a human Son, because that's always what happened previously with Spurs, is that Harry Kane played this more kind of distributor role where he would play the balls in behind for Son, who had the quicker pace and therefore countered better. So we could see that again today. But yeah, it all depends on how Leeds approach this game, because as far as I know, Leeds they either get a point and then hope that Everton lose, or they win and then hope that Everton draw. Yeah, so they're 2 points behind Everton, so they have to win this game. Same with Leicester. So I mean, a West Ham option could even be great. A Bowen could be a nice selection because of that counter-attack. James saying, hey, what a legend. -8 to get in Salah, Jesus, Gabriel. For Haaland, no, that looks very good, especially if you want to captain Salah. I would probably say, James, it makes it even better if you captain Salah, because then you bring in a player that you want to captain for a hit, which negates it a bit. So yeah, I would definitely do that. How do I treat the Robbo issue? Same team as yours besides Robbo/Trent. You could bring in Trent if you have enough money. What you could do is you should be able to, if you downgrade Haaland to Kane, have enough for Trent in for Robertson. I would then do that, unless Tarang you're chasing. But I think you number one, right? So if you number one, I would do that for a hit to negate that kind of. I think your second player has has Trent in their team. So if Trent's guaranteed to start, I would do that -4. Vernon, question for you. Okay, Vernon, let me see if I can find your question, or if you're posting your question after. I can't see anything, Vernon, so you're probably going to follow that one up with a question, so I'll try and get it. But all I see is a smiley face. Any news on Tierney playing? No, I haven't got any Arsenal news at the current moment. Thank Rojo's Toast. Would you go Odegaard or Rashford? I go Rashford because he's guaranteed to start. Thanks, James, and thanks for the best YouTuber out there. Even better than Mr. Beast. I mean, I don't know about that one, but thank you. I'll take the compliment. Okay, I don't see anything else. What I might do though is I might kind of lock in the Kane move a little bit earlier. I'm just worried that, I mean, we shouldn't get news that that Kane's out. Thanks Vincent for the tag. So it seems like the United lineup is pretty kind of leaked. If I'm honest, if you guys do want it, I can call it out. But all the main options besides maybe a Martial are playing, and Luke Shaw. That's kind of Jacques saying, hi David, hi chat, hi Jacques, hopefully you're doing well. Any Liverpool news? Not at the current moment, which is quite strange. We have had some leaks, but I don't trust them. But I'm fairly confident that Salah and Trent will play. It's just I'm not super confident about the rest. Who's your top 3 differential captains? I think number 1, Kane was my number 1, but I don't think he's differential anymore. I think that it depends on what you classify as differential. I think that Campsey's pretty split now because of Haaland being out. I think it'll be between Salah and Kane. I like Rashford as a differential. I think he's probably my favorite differential option. Otherwise, maybe even Alvarez. He could be a nice selection, but I think I would go maybe Jota / Darwin, whoever starts up front. But I think Rashford's number 1, then the Liverpool assets, then maybe an Alvarez or Mahrez, that sort of thing. Who would be your starting 11 and captain? I'd captain Kane or Salah, and it's between those two for captaincy and vice captaincy. I don't know who I would captain. Right now I'm on Kane, but I'm almost thinking maybe I should just go for the GOAT. Just go for King Salah. Is it true that Matoma's benched? I don't know if it is true. It's been like leaked, but I'm not super confident. I would say I would be more surprised if Matoma was benched than McAllister. Because I think McAllister has already signed his transfer away. And that's why I think they're keeping him on the bench so that he doesn't get injured. Wan-Bissaka in the United lineup. Let me check. No, but I don't know if this is true. I think it might be, but they have Dalot in the predicted lineup. Does Akanji start? Igor, no. Akanji does not start. Just join. What's the transfer plan? Asks Hashem. The transfer plan is Haaland out for Kane. And then if we get news that Trippier's benched, then I'll bring in Gabriel for Trippier or Luke Shaw. And if we get news that Matoma's benched, I'll do either Trossard or Eze. I'm hoping for news on those assets though, but I don't know if we'll get them. I don't think we get Newcastle news, if I'm honest with you. Who would you rather have in your team and bench? Shaw and Estupinan. I would rather have Estupinan. I'd rather play Estupinan and bench Shaw because I think that Newcastle go weaker. And I think that Estupinan has more attacking threat. Is Eze a good differential triple captain? I think if you have your triple captain, Mohammed, I would just go Salah or Kane because it's differential to triple captain in game week 38 anyways. Would you do Botman to Trent or Watkins to Alvarez? This is for a hit. I wouldn't do Watkins to Alvarez. I'd keep Watkins or Alvarez. I'd do the Botman to Trent move though. That's what I would do. Watch out for the server crash, says Alexander. That is true. And that's why I might just do the Kane move earlier. Let me just captain Salah, vice captain Salah if I do that just in case. Haaland to Kane, I already have Alvarez and Mahrez, so Matoma for Trossard or Eze. Haaland to Kane, I already have Alvarez and Mahrez. Okay, so Matoma for Trossard or Eze. I think if Trossard starts, I think I prefer him to Eze. But yeah. Taj saying, check this out. I'm checking this out. Thanks, David. No worries, Jacques. City lineup was Gundogan starting. No, Gundo wasn't starting. De Bruyne wasn't starting either. If you're really close with your mini league rival, would you do changes? I mean, if we get news for players that doesn't... No, I wouldn't do moves for players that don't start, Emmanuel. I would just stick with what's certain. You could even change your transfer plan if you're looking at an option and we don't have news about them, but you have news about an option that's also pretty good, that definitely starts, then maybe look at that. What's the best goalkeeper option other than the two you have? I think Ramsdale. I think that Wolves versus Arsenal, I think that Arsenal have the highest chance of a clean sheet this game week. So I would back Arsenal to get a clean sheet this week. Is Dalot starting, which I think he is? Would you start him? Yes, I would. Over my current defenders, I would probably start him over Estupinan. That's what I definitely would start Dalot, and I would... Between Trippier and Estupinan is debatable, but I think Estupinan, I think Aston Villa score, which I don't really like. No worries, Vernon. Did I answer your question, Vernon? Sorry. Okay, yes, I did. You have the Matoma question. Freer team. Okay, Kevin, this is the freer team that I would look at. While you guys look at this freer team, I'm going to look at Twitter. Just to see. 15 minutes left to the deadline. Okay, so yeah, the United lineup. I'm going to post the United lineup in chat. What's the League City lineup? Just saw minutes ago. Okay, Edison in goal. Kyle Walker, Ake, Laporte, Rico Lewis, Gomez, Phillips, Palmer, Foden, Mahrez, Alvarez. That's the Man City lineup. I just want to check something. I want to check the okay, so let's check the captaincy poll. If you guys haven't voted, please vote on the captaincy poll, and then I'll read it out shortly. What I'm doing now is I just want to check the ownership combination of Kane currently in the top 100k. So Kane is currently 15%, and Mo Salah is 78%. So Mo Salah could be the safer captain to go for if you guys are looking to hold rank. The only thing about Kane and Salah is that we've had no news that either of them start, which is quite worrying. Would you change anything in the freer team if you were chasing 50 points? I would go... No, I think I would keep this team. I just probably would captain Kane still. I think he's more differential than Salah. But I wouldn't blame you if you go for Gakpo instead of Salah, because you are chasing 50 points. So Salah's a well-owned option, so you almost want to go differential then. Because I think everyone else is differential, but yeah, it's tough. 50 points is a lot, Joel. I won't lie to you. I think what we will be doing is we will be doing the Kane move. I think that's what... I think that's what we'll probably be doing now, just in case the website does crash. Vote on the captaincy poll if you guys haven't. Isaac to Alvarez for a -4. I don't like Alvarez out just because of the fact that Isaac could play, and I think that Isaac does fine if he does start. How about chasing 18 points? I think that anything more than 15 points is a differential captain, in my opinion. That's what I would say. Firmino captain for a last dance. Nicholas, I think that Firmino might come off the bench. I don't even know if he's going to start. The thing I worry about Firmino is that I don't know where his match fitness is. Rumo Robbo not starting. Yeah, so Robbo had the knock, so I think that's pretty expected. So yeah, if you guys do have Robertson, I don't know if I'd be that confident of a start. I don't think if he had a knock, there's no reason to play him in a game that doesn't matter. And Tsimikas is in the wings to start, so yeah. Is a good choice for captain. Melvin, very differential. Not my favorite for captain. I like him as a differential, but I think owning him is enough. I don't see Crystal Palace as the most high ceiling team, and that's why I don't know about the captain. I've just joined. What did I miss? Abdul, you missed the fact that I'm probably going to bring in Kane, so I think let's do that move now. Are we going to get any news from Spurs? That's the thing. I don't think so. So I think we go for it because, I mean, Kane shouldn't be benched. So let's do Kane in for Haaland. I'm going to confirm that transfer. And I think I'm going to captain Salah rather. But I don't know, like, part of me just worries about Salah starting. Sorry, I'm just writing this to the... I'm just putting this on Discord and on YouTube as a post. And I don't see anything else over on Twitter at the current moment. Okay, 1, 3. No, I don't see anything. So I've done the Kane move. You guys can see that on screen right now. Matoma to Eze says a kill. I just don't know if Matoma is going to be benched or not. That's the problem. Kane always scores 1. That is true. But hopefully Salah scores 1 as well. But I like, if Matoma's out, I like the Eze move. I think I prefer Eze currently to Trossard because I don't know if Trossard's going to start. So that's probably the move that I would look at. Jota captain differential. Yes, he is going to be a differential captain, but I mean, I don't know if Jota plays. Would you take a hit to bring in Trent? If you don't have any other defenders, well, then yes, I would. I think that Trent is a better option than a lot of the defenders this week. But obviously, if you have someone on your bench that could also get a clean sheet, then it might not be worth the -4. And that's why the last week is so tough. Do you have a feeling that Trippier might be benched? Werner, yes, I do. And my reason for that is that Newcastle had nothing to play for, and Trippier had a knock apparently. Wilson to Alvarez. No, I'd keep Wilson. I think he's in good form. Matoma to a City mid like Foden. I like that because we have had news about City. Guaranteed news that City, that we definitely know that City players start. Okay, Salah and Firmino start according to this person. But I don't know if that is true. So yeah, apparently Firmino and Salah start, but it's not confirmed and it's not a reliable source apparently. But I'm fine with captaining Salah. As I said, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I generally hope that we do well. Yeah, but Emmanuel, he caveated it by saying according to, so that means that he's not taking responsibility if it's wrong. Did the Kane move? Now doing the Robbo to Trent, very scared with the... Yes, but Tarang, if we get news about Matoma, we can always take him out as well. But yeah, I would prefer not to take hits in the last week of the season. But I do think that hits could also pay off. I just think that if you're going to take a hit, you have to be sure, and we're not sure about certain things. Insiko to Alvarez, David, I like that move. There's rumors about Insiko also not starting, so I don't know. But if he does start, that could be good. Please help, bro, says Andy. Andy, you've donated £5 without a question. So I will look... Okay, I can find your question. Please help, Davey, my guy. Thanks for the support this year. Isaac Matoma says Trippier out for Insiko. Alvarez. No, so not Inciso or Insiko. I like Eze and Trent, but I think you might be fine with keeping the options you have. The -8 is a bit heavy, Andy, I won't lie. Especially for Inciso, who I don't know if he will start. I like the Trent and like the Eze move, but not the Inciso move. And remember, Isaac could also play. But thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry I didn't read your message before. Hit I've taken to negate my opponent in the mini league, Tarang, 100%. Son or Fernandez? Philippe, Son is more differential. Fernandez is more kind of safe. Why Mina in the free draft? It's a punt. It's a punt to go for. Would you include, since they are highly owned, especially people above me in the mini league? Maybe Mahrez. I think that Mahrez is a nice punt. Arnold to Robbo, worth it. So Robertson doesn't start, so the other way around is better. But Robertson to Arnold is worth it, I believe. I think that Trent should play. And I think that Trent is also playing internationals, so... otherwise, I've seen nothing about any other potential sources. Trossard or Odegaard? Odegaard, I think he's more nailed. Adrian, there was a potential... Trossard had a knock, apparently, but he still is in the squad. Enciso moved just for funds. Andy, but are you benching him? If you're benching him, then I'm fine with those moves. But just be careful, because I think that Newcastle do well against Chelsea. Does Luke Shaw start? No, Luke Shaw doesn't, and that's why he's first on my bench. 5 minutes left, that is true. With 5 minutes to go, We are being a bit worried. Who to replace Robbo with? Dom, Trent, or Arsenal? If you're going Arsenal, Gabriel, or Ben White if you can't afford Gabriel. What to do about Matoma? I'm going to keep because we have no news about him. The last thing I want to do is take out Matoma, then McAllister gets benched and Matoma starts. But I don't know. But there's been nothing Igor about McAllister or Matoma. Unless you guys have seen something, but I've seen nothing. I'm just going to refresh quickly. But there are 4 minutes to go. Raya to Ramsdale, any good? Brentford are playing Man City. I think that move's fine. Okay, so I'm scrolling and I don't see anything. But what a way for FPL to end. Okay, I don't see anything, so we're going to have 3 minutes left. I doubt we get anything more. So I would lock in your guys' moves. Do that now. Yeah, I don't see anything else, so I think we're just going to roll. We're just going to roll with what we have. I don't want to take a -4 hit for... What could we do with the -4? If we do take Matoma out, we have 7.2. What Arsenal mid could we... We could actually get Odegaard. Matoma to Odegaard. Do you think... but that's 2 minutes left. Do you think Matoma to Odegaard is worth it? So Kylos said some Arsenal sources. Those are like the popular options. So it says that Trossard does play. Risky, to be honest. Yeah, a -4 for Matoma out. If Matoma does start, then if Matoma's benched, then I think it's worth it, but I can't guarantee that. For a -4. That's what Aaron, that's what I'm also thinking. Matoma out to Odegaard for a -4. I think I'd had to have news that Matoma was benched, which I don't know if... I think Matoma's done enough, and I don't think we've had constant news. I mean, we did have the rumor, I guess, but yeah. I don't think I can do that Matoma move. I think I'll just keep with what I have. So I'm going to enter the last deadline with this team that you guys can see on screen. Let's hope that we have a good game week. No Spurs team news yet. No Brighton news yet. Nada yet. We only had the kind of big sources, which I guess it's good to have the sources of the Haaland news, because that's basically what happened. So Darth timer's not up yet, but Adam is saying thanks for the season, brother. Bring on 5k next year. Hopefully it's top 10 maybe. We could look at that. Thanks, Harry. Pleasure watching your season, David. Thanks, Harry. Thanks for the continued support. A lot of you guys that I've seen week in, week out. I mean, all I can basically say is thank you for just supporting the stream over... Wait, so has there been news? Okay, was it a bit too late then? Okay, so I didn't see that. So apparently it says that Matoma benched, McAllister starts from FPL Olympian. So if that's true, then we should have taken Matoma out. But otherwise, hopefully he comes off the bench and scores. But yeah, it was a little bit too late for that news that came through. I didn't see anything about it earlier. But maybe that's my bad. But yeah, I didn't see anything about that potentially. But it seems like a lot of people took Matoma out. So maybe they know something that I didn't. But yeah, so as I said, getting back to the thanks. Thank you guys always for supporting me out the stream. Unfortunately, time is up. So no changes can be made at the current moment. But if you do make changes, or you did make changes, hopefully they do pay off. And hopefully you guys end game week 38 on a nice little green arrow. Hopefully you guys finish in your mini leagues where you want to. And hopefully my advice has helped out a little bit. So Darth saying, Sadat's also been a member for 15 months, saying keep the memberships for the break. See you next season. Good luck all. So 100% I'll post on Twitter where we finish or manage to finish at the end of this season. But I think the FPL content is probably done for Game Week 38, unless we do choose to do like a deadline stream later on, but I don't think we'll probably do anything. So yeah, thanks again for your guys' support. I always end the streams by saying hopefully the green arrows are in your favor. Hope you guys have a safe off season if I don't talk to you guys over on Twitter or on Discord. And for last time this season, I'm going to be signing off. I'm Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.